weight division, Andre Cooper and Dale Jackson. They're both impressive with fine records. Sugarman Cooper, coming out of Philadelphia, now living in Blackwood, New Jersey, 11-0, and 10 of the wins by knockouts. There's something else about the youngster. Look at him. Look at the face. Now, look at this face. Sugar Ray Robinson at a comparable age. And Andre Cooper. Remarkable resemblance to the great Sugar Ray. It's startling when you walk into a room and see him standing there. The first thing that comes to mind, you want to say, hello, Sugar Man, but it is Andre Cooper. Well, he's off to a pretty good running start. Now, in the instance of this youngster, Dale Jackson, out of Chicago, Illinois, he also bears a striking resemblance to another great fighter with a record of 8-1, 7 of those by knockouts, Cassius Clay. Now let us put Dale Jackson in a similar pose and note the striking resemblance. It is just startling when you get in the room with those two youngsters and see how much they resemble the great Sugar Ray Robinson and Cassius Clay, i.e. Muhammad Ali. The tail of the tape now, both of them 23 years of age, both in at 6 feet, both of them right at 160 pounds, and not much to choose from in reach. And it's a very important bout for them because the winner of this one probably is going to move into the rankings, the WBC or WBA, and will be in the position to start his march up the ranks in the middleweight division. In the black trunks, it is Andre Cooper, and in the red trunks, Dale Jackson. Alonzo Johnson is the boss man in the corner for Dale Jackson, and Tony Cristelli is the chief second and manager of Andre Cooper, with Tommy Forte doing the training. The first time these youngsters have been featured on national television, and if they were not already excited, this fact has really got them jacked up. Middleweight division returning somewhat to what it was, if you remember, back in the 40s and 50s, when there were so many fine middleweights. Well, we have a great number of youngsters like these two who are about to give a very wide base to that middleweight division. Jackson in the red and Cooper in the black trunks. The referee is Ferd Hernandez. The Nevada State Athletic Commission rules for professional boxing, 10-point must-scoring system. The referee does not have a vote. 3 knockdown rule is in effect. There are no standing counts. And the cut rule of the WBC is in effect. And the fighter is not saved by the bell. The judges for this bout, scheduled for 8 rounds, Jerry Roth, Lou Tabbitt, and Dolby Shirley. Could very well qualify as an outstanding 10-rounder, but in order for people to have a chance to see these two youngsters, they agreed to an 8-round fight, and there's a little bit of blood now coming from the nose of Andre Cooper as a result of that stiff left jab being used on him by Dale Jackson.
Come on, first, baby. Come on. You're the boss. Break.
Jackson, very, very quick with the right hand, and Cooper has been stung by the short right, and in particular by the straight left as he has tried to move in for close range infighting. Jackson appears the slimmer of the two, but only a half-pound difference in their weights. We're coming up to a half minute to go in the first round. This is preceding the heavyweight bout between undefeated youngster Tim Witherspoon against Ronaldo Snipes. Snipes coming in with a record of 21-1. His last outing was a draw, if you recall, against Scott Frank. So here's the Cooper in the black, nose bleeding some, and Jackson picking him as Cooper tries to move in, and we've come to the end of round 1. Scheduled for 8. Andre Sugarman Cooper in the black trunks against Dale Jackson, and they were working with some haste and concern on the nose of Cooper in his corner, and it is still bleeding. Quite a bit of blood coming from it. I don't know, it might be possible that he has suffered a broken nose. It's a considerable burden to have to carry this early in a very important fight for him. Dale Jackson with a stiff left hand, and he used it frequently in the first round. See him pop him, catching Cooper right there on the forehead as Andre tried to move in. Jackson's only loss was to Marcos Geraldo here in Las Vegas. He was stopped in 8 rounds. Jackson had the edge in the early going, but Geraldo came on and stopped him in 8. So that's the only loss suffered by the young man out of Chicago. All of Cooper's wins have been via knockouts. He's had 3 fights so far. In 1982, in March, April, and May. Straight right hand. He loaded it and just missed with it as he had Jackson backed in the corner and couldn't land the big one. Hard right hand dug to the midsection by Andre Cooper. Now he seemingly is less bothered by the blood coming out of the nose. Seems to have stopped.
Break!
The first of 2 fights we'll have for you today. Heavyweight bout coming up with Ronaldo Snipes and Tim Weatherspoon. Jackson still picking him as Cooper tries to make his move inside, and Jackson has tattooed him pretty well. He has really popped him with that left hand. Once in a while bringing the straight right in, but it's been the left that's been the primary weapon so far. Bert Hernandez, the referee. Less than a half minute to go now in round 2. These are middleweights. Both of them coming in right at 160. Cooper right on 160 and Jackson at 159.5. Short right hand, good by Jackson. Cooper going to the body. And the second round is over. We go to round 3. This middleweight bout scheduled for 8 rounds. Andre Cooper in the black trunks and Dale Jackson in the red trunks. The pattern of the fight so far is Cooper trying to load it and Jackson picking him. He's had Cooper's nose bleeding since the first round as he has popped him, and popped him again and again and again with that left hand, just like that. Once in a while following it with a short straight right. It has been Cooper pressuring and Jackson scoring so far in the fight. Dale Jackson going in and losing his only bout to the veteran Marcos Geraldo. It's always a difficult move. Not so very long ago, and I referred to it last week in our fight out of here, where Jackie Beard was put in against Jose Caba and lost his first fight. That might very well have been a comparable circumstance for Dale Jackson. He is 23 years of age, but he hasn't had that many fights. He's only had 9 professional fights so far. And though he got off strong against Geraldo, the veteran from Mexico got him in 8. So this is a very important bout for young Dale, as it could turn things for him. Andre Cooper, though, 10 KOs in 11 fights. That's impressive. It tells you he's a puncher. It also tells you that he may be walking with the kind of a problem that the big punchers always seem to have against clever, crafty boxers. Their tendency is to load up. Sometimes they get themselves picked apart.
Break it up, guys. Break.
Got a minute to go in round 3.
Do it again. Run it off again. Run it off again. Run it off. Run it off. Run it off again. Set it up again. Set it up. Set it up, Daddy. It's on the top. Now let's go. On top.
Pretty good right hand over the top by Dale Jackson on the side of the head of Andre Cooper. Cooper changing a little bit. You saw Jackson shift off into the left-handed posture a moment ago. Now Cooper has gone to it. It hasn't done much for him so far.
I want that bottle there. Come on,
Cooper goes back to the right-handed posture at the end of round 3. Round 4. And Jackson comes out hooking to the head. At the beginning of the round, a hard left hand by Andre Cooper. The best punch of the fight for Cooper, no question about it. So now Cooper trying to cut him a little bit. The corner has been on him constantly to get off first. Alonzo Johnson, the Jackson trainer, and chief second in the corner, wants his man to keep moving. Whereas Tony Forte and Tony Cristelli have been constantly urging their man to press the fight. And it is Tony Cristelli in the corner today, and from the very first round, he's been after his man Cooper to go after him a little more. But Cooper's had a little trouble getting to it. He's got a bloody nose from the very first round as a result of Jackson's stiff left hand. Cooper tries the wild right, and he doesn't work. Coming up, Snipes with a spoon. Heavyweights. Winner hoping for a chance against the winner of the Holmes Cooney bout. Larry Holmes at ringside today to see the Snipes Witherspoon bout. You can see Cooper walking in. Jackson moving. Cooper now trying to lure Jackson by dropping his hands. Dale Jackson will have none of it. Cooper showing a little frustration now, unable to land much. He landed one left hook in the first minute of this round. That was the best punch of the fight for him. But Dale Jackson has him frustrated now. It is scheduled for 8. Referee Ferd Hernandez trying to break him. Jackson right now is boxing with his feet. Another good left hand by Cooper, and it snaps Jackson's head back. So Andre Cooper has landed 2 big lefts in this round. He's still got his hands down, trying to lure Jackson in, but Dale will not have it. Jackson hasn't thrown very many punches in this round. Now they're being pummeled around a bit, and we'll see what happens as Oakland and Chicago, 2 teams that figured to scuffle along all season long in the American League Western Division, as they meet for the first time at Comiskey Park in Chicago Monday night. I'll be there along with Howard Cosell and Bob Euchre. Al Michaels and Don Drysdale will be in Montreal with the Cardinals and the Expos, and Steve Stone, who just retired from baseball, the former Cy Young Award winner of the Baltimore Orioles, will be joining them. So we'll have some fun Monday night for you. Here we go now to round 5 of this middleweight bout, and Andre Cooper landing 2 good left hands in the 4th round. Starting to square things up a little bit. Now he gets Dale Jackson back on the ropes and pounds away at him. It looks pretty good, I guess, to the crowd, but I don't see anything of substance in there, except possibly some intimidations by Cooper. There was a pretty good right hand on the jaw of Dale Jackson. Jackson back now taking punishment on the ropes. So all of a sudden, Andre Cooper is able to catch up to the man. Jackson covering very well, and comes back with a short uppercut that rocks Cooper. But it would seem to me that when they're that close together and on the ropes, that is Andre Cooper's ball yard. Oh, there's another good right hand by Cooper, but Jackson comes back with a left and a right to the body. Dale Jackson going stationary, flat-footed with Cooper here in the 5th round. I would say the fight's getting pretty close now. Jackson got out to the early lead, but Cooper's been able to come on in the last 2 rounds. Right hand by Jackson, right hand by Cooper. No question but what it is to Dale Jackson's advantage to get off first. Notice he goes flat-footed, and that time he let Cooper have the lead, and Cooper nailed him with a straight right hand. Another right hand by Cooper. Maybe it is now, here in the 5th round, that the power of Andre Cooper is starting to pay. Jackson with a good left, and a right over the top. It is Cooper now with his back ropes, and Jackson scores with another crossing right hand. Short uppercut by Jackson, snapping Cooper's head back. We've gone 5 rounds, and it's getting tougher. 6 of this middleweight bout scheduled for 8 rounds. Undefeated Andre Cooper against once defeated Dale Jackson. I thought Jackson looked a little flat-footed and weary toward the close of the 6th round. I think the fight's pretty close now. For those of you who've ever been out in this part of the country, in the Southwest, and in particular around southern Nevada, in the summertime, it's very hot. It is also very dry. And it's a little bit more altitude than you have in Chicago, but it's the dryness, the lack of humidity that seems to have the greater impact on people. And it's quite possible that both Cooper and Jackson will feel the climatic change. Jackson dancing very well through the first 3. That blow a little low. Hernandez looks to Dale Jackson, see if he's all right. He grimaced at first, but indicates he's okay. But Jackson, who had danced so well through the first 3, and I thought probably won the first 3 rounds, looks tired now. The heavyweights, Ronaldo Snipes and Tim Witherspoon, loosening up in their dressing rooms. You'll see them next. Both of them coming in at 215.5 pounds for their scheduled 10-rounder, which follows this 8-rounder. A couple of very good young middleweights. Cooper in the black and Jackson in the red. Jackson hooking quickly with the left hand, getting Cooper on the way in. Over the last 3 rounds, 4, 5, and this one the 6th, the power of Cooper has been a little more obvious, perhaps enough so to win him the last 2 rounds. So consequently, I would suggest to you we may very well have a close fight. The judges are Jerry Roth, Lou Tabbitt, and Dolby Shirley. The referee, Bird Hernandez, does not have a ballot in the state of Nevada. Cooper loaded the right and missed with it. He's been missing most of the day with the right. A couple of times he's been able to find Jackson. His best punches have been left hooks. Approaching the end of the 6th round.
Right over top, baby! 10 seconds, Coop! 10 seconds!
We've got 2 to go. The fight is drawn very close, in my opinion. Rounds 4, 5, 6. I thought it started to swing a little bit toward Cooper in the fourth. Good hook to the body there by Andre Cooper. But Dale Jackson remains very effective, especially when he moves. There's another left hand dug to the body by Cooper. Pretty good combination right there by Jackson. Wild right by Cooper, misses. Cooper has been the man moving forward, but that's his game. Jackson has used lateral movement very effectively and quick combinations. They're just like that. Right hand by Dale Jackson had a little zip on it. And you can see the reflection of the blow on the face of Andre Cooper. It changed his visage. He took a hard look at Jackson and he came storming after him, but he couldn't do anything with him once he got him on the rope. A pair of promising young middleweights having at it here at the Sports Pavilion, Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. And we've got a scheduled 10-rounder coming up between two big young heavyweights, Ronaldo Snipes and Tim Witherspoon. That wild left hand by Cooper, Jackson countered him with a wicked left hook to the body. But Cooper came over the top with a right hand and got it on the side of the head of Jackson, and Jackson sort of went shoo when he tied him up on the ropes. We'd like to alert our local stations that we will be taking a station break at the end of this round. There's that hook by Cooper. But there it is. Now that one was one of the cleaner hooks. He had two good ones back in the 5th round. And that was the best one he's had since that time. The straight right hand by Jackson on Cooper as Cooper moved in. So Dale Jackson continues to confuse, even perhaps confound, the efforts of Sugarman Cooper to reach him with the big punch. Inside 10 seconds to go in round 7. We'll be back with more of ABC's Wide World of Sports after this word from our local station. We are in the final round, the 8th of this middleweight bout. Andre Cooper in the black, Dale Jackson in the red. Very, very close fight. It's got to be close. Jackson the mover and Cooper the stalker. Cooper has really not been able to land the bomb. He came in 11-0 with 10 knockouts. Jackson came in 7-1 with 7 knockouts. Good right hand by Dale Jackson. Led with his left, followed with the right. The right scored. The Cooper corner, concerned. They have been shouting hook, hook, hook to the man. But Andre had just not been able to land very many of them. 3 times I saw him land solid left hooks. Short right hand by Cooper, and then Jackson ties him up. Jackson has been very effective at nullifying the power of Andre Cooper in this fight. With movement, with counters, and just simply refusing to let him get loose inside. Cooper trying to make the fight, but he has found Jackson to be most worthy and frustrating. Jackson moving more here in the 8th round. Maybe getting his 2nd win. He looked a little flat in 6, particularly in the 6th.
Come on now, on the move.
little bit of swelling under the left eye of Andre Cooper, coming from those straight rights that he has absorbed from Jackson. There's that quick combination by Jackson, totally nullifying the effort by Cooper inside. Dale Jackson may be winning this last round, and if he does win this last round, he may well be winning the fight. It's that close. And once again, a good right hand by Jackson. Hard right hand by Cooper at 10 seconds to go in the fight. But Jackson staying very busy over the last minute. May not be much damage, and they could be impressive. It was a tough fight and very, very close, and important for both of them. Dale Jackson blinking some with the right eye, and looks as if something is bothering him in the right eye as he comes over to Cooper's corner. Both of them 23 years of age. Jackson out of Chicago, and Andre Cooper, born in Philadelphia, now living in Blackwood, New Jersey. So this is going to be so... All right, let's get the decision now. Ring announcer Chuck Hull with the scorecards.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the decision of the judges. Judge Jerry Roth scores 79 Jackson, 74 Cooper. Judge Lou Tabbitt scores 77 Cooper, 75 Jackson. And Judge Goldy Sterling scores 77-75 for the winner by a split decision, Andre Sugarman Cooper.
Lou Tabbitt and Golda Shirley had it 77-75 for Cooper. Judge Jerry Roth had it the other way, 79-74 for Jackson. Jackson leaves the ring immediately. That is a wide variance in the scorecard of Roth, Tabbitt, and Shirley. But the majority vote goes for Andre Cooper, and I am sure